Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy. Got something slightly different for you today. Normally we'd be doing a crazy camp, but it didn't pan out the way it needed to. So instead we're going to take an early look at my newest camp. Now the original game plan was to have this all, tidied up a bit and share it next week. But due to circumstances being as they are, I'm going to go ahead and share it with all of you right now. It is really close to completion, but there's little things here and there that I need to line up slightly better. Just the minor little tweaks. But I think you're still going to be fairly impressed by this build. So once we make it inside, we got a nice little ticket booth set up here. Because what I've done is I've built my own little amusement park inside of my cave shelter. Basically trying to relive one of my previous camps, because it's kind of the mood I'm getting in with the shelters. I want to try to recreate previous camps, but with a new twist and building it in a shelter. So we'll make our way down the little tunnel. There was an entrance back there that leads to all my other shelters. Mostly because I kind of have some workbenches in there that I'm going to need sooner or later. But our first little stop as we're walking through here is going to be the little gift shop type thing, which is also the very last thing I've built. I've maxed out on budget, but I was trying my best to get a gift shop in here. Right next to that, we've got the magic show going on. Yep, he's up there sawing a ghoul in half. Which would probably be way cooler if we could just display a weapon on our mannequin. But I tried, alright? He's rocking the Mr. Handy Buzzblade, sawing that ghoul in half. Pretty darn cool. I haven't seen anybody else try to do something like that, so I really wanted to build a magic show. I'm a huge fan of magic. Of course, we got our little test your strength game. And right next to that, we've got a little employees only area. It's just a really simple break room. But I feel like with an amusement park, there should be at least a spot for employees to go to. Through this door, we just have the backstage area for the magic show. Again, of course you could see with the scrap box where it's kind of in the doorway a little bit. That's one of those little things that would drive me insane if I don't go back and just move it away from the wall slightly. Now, back down the tracks a little ways, I went ahead and fenced this area off, put up a condemned sign, because, well, the accidents happened further on into the park, and that section's been closed off. I mean, realistically, we can't really go past that too far, so I was trying to work that in. Now, right here, this is one of those things that I've built where I'm not completely happy with it. I wish I had more space and more budget, but I wanted to try to get a little arcade in here of sorts. Of course, we got the little prize area. Again, I wish I had more budget. I would love to have got a mannequin in here along with more games, but with my budget being what it was, I'm just trying my best. Now, right beside the arcade, we have the whole traditional gaming stall area. So up first, we got the little Nuka-Cola themed area with the bottle game. Of course, gotta have Cappy in the background. It's a bottle game. Right next to that, we've got the Silver Shroud shooting gallery. Of course, put Silver Shroud poster up above it. Now, this thing easily has the most prizes crammed into it thanks to the little comic book stand. And the closed off stalls are part of what inspired me to come back and just try to build this camp. Just the stall inspired the entire camp. Now, if you're wondering, how do I have those little closed off windows? That is actually part of, what is it, the BOS building pieces that are on this current scoreboard. Yeah, pretty darn cool. Of course, we had the little balloon thing where you throw the darts, pop balloons. Right beside all of that, we've got love. Now, this is kind of my take on not really a roller coaster, but a track kind of ride. I felt like building a little tunnel of love kind of thing would be different. I haven't seen anybody else try to build a tunnel of love. They're always trying to build a roller coaster or something kind of crazier like that. I will say, I wish instead of like the golf carts, I wish I had a boat. Because a little boat ride probably would have felt more appropriate with all the water. Now back here at the very back we have the Love Shack. Of course, completely decked out, hearts everywhere. Finally making use of that wallpaper that I could never quite find a good use for. And of course, we don't really have anything animatronic aside from Santa and a clown, and that didn't really fit it. So, you know, kind of had to go with those little statues. And we'll make our way out of here to what had to be one of the most time-consuming things to build. Yeah, a Ferris wheel is a bit of a nightmare. I want to say I spent somewhere between 2 to 3 hours just trying to put this thing together. I had to enlist the help of one of my buddies to help me eyeball stuff as I was placing it. And I think it was well worth it in the end because this thing is freaking cool. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think I could ever get rid of this shelter. And to make it kind of crazier, I had already done a full build in this shelter when I got inspired to try to build something different. And I was like, you know, I haven't recorded this, but I don't care. We're just going to scrap this entire build because I'm going for something way crazier. Of course, over here, this ride, I've nicknamed it the Time Machine, which, honestly, my buddy that was helping with the Ferris wheel came up with the name for that, considering I used a bunch of clocks to help hold the ride together. It's probably the perfect name for that ride. Over here, we've got a nice little eatery type spot, little food cart, the mess hall. Again, trying to make use of the little awning thing up above. Just trying to sell it. Right beside that, we got the dunking booth. I haven't came across a camp with a dunking booth yet, so it felt like the absolute best thing I could use the hot tub for. Now the last ride I've got is a little slingshot, one of the easiest rides to build, but they are so darn cool and they fit in really well in any kind of amusement park build. And of course we got the cool little statue guy, finally getting to use that as well in a build. But that's going to wrap up the tour of this place. I hope you've enjoyed it. I got to get back in there and tweak a few things here and there. But, hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.